And it was not an eyewitness account that he had given. He must have been given an account by those whose interest may differ from that of the deputy governor. And that we cannot take seriously.
And you know, this is quite important because you see the deputy governor is still a part of the cabinet, is a part of government. And so when you say that you're not taking the statement of the Commissioner for Information seriously, then we have to ask, you know, whose comments you will take seriously in that particular scenario. Has there been any rift between the governor and the deputy governor before now?
There has been no rift between, there is no rift, I still say that for all I know, there is no rift between the governor and the deputy governor. The only rift that exists right now, which all Edo people know, is that the deputy governor has signified his interest to exercise his constitutional right to aspire to be governor of Edo State. And that is where I think there is a disagreement. I can't even call it a rift, it's a disagreement. And in a democratic contest, you wait for the people to take the decision in the final analysis. It's not to put landmines on the ways and on the part of those who are seeking against your own interest. So, and I believe that the matter is not for the governor and the deputy governor as such. It is for those who have come in between to ensure that they actualize their own aim, you know, by making sure that the governor and the deputy governor are not on the same page politically. So, with respect to both the governor and deputy governor, they have enjoyed very cordial relationship. I still know that they enjoy very cordial relationship until the decision of the deputy governor to aspire to become governor, and that is his constitutional right. So that is the much I can say about that.
But you know, many will also wonder, why would anyone want to stop the deputy governor's ambition? Because they've not even conducted primaries. They could go to the primaries and decide who eventually gets the ticket.
Well, there have been a number of events which has given us cause for concern. And as party men and people who have been involved in political contest, we know that it is usually, it can usually be so, except that in this case it is taken beyond measure. You will recall that on the 27th of April, the deputy governor has sought to meet with the state executive of the party. Unfortunately, the state chairman has said he was not going to be available, you know, to receive the deputy governor, and I was having a meeting in Abuja. To us, we took that excuse with a pinch of salt, because in the absence of the state chairman of the party, the state deputy chairman can preside over the state executive council, over the state executive of the party, to receive the deputy governor. But we said no problem. If he's not ready to receive us, we'll go ahead. And the deputy governor went ahead and formally declared his interest before the people of Edo State through the media. And since that day, a number of events have happened that has made people of Edo State bothered as to why this should be occurred. Virtually, I'm not saying all, virtually all political appointees in the Edo State government, virtually not all now, have been relieved of their appointment on account of the association with Dr. Pt.2, and that is curious. And we see that as a grand design to put pressure on the young man in order to renege on his avowed determination to run for the office of governor. Now, like I told you, we received reports on the day the incident happened that pressures were put on party members who are delegates not to wait for the deputy governor. And then when you put all these things together and climaxing in the shootout at the venue of the meeting at Auchi, then one begin to wonder why there is so much apprehension about the deputy governor running for office. In doing so, he has not asked to be imposed on the people of the state. He has not asked to be imposed on members of the party. All he set out to do, as a man who has contested election before now, he has been a member of the House of Representatives 2 times, and he has had the rare privilege and opportunity to work with the deputy governor as his deputy, as a running mate from 2006. So, just the way you are asking, it is the way many people in Edo State and some of us are asking. Why would anyone want to stop Dr. Odubu from running? It is $1 million question that we are looking for answers for.
You do admit that the governor and the deputy governor now have a disagreement, or seem to have a disagreement, over the ambition of the deputy governor. Do you think that he could have orchestrated that? That's the governor?
I cannot say that, because I cannot believe that the governor will condescend to such a thing. But what we have witnessed in the past which I have also personally experienced, and I have also been a victim, is that there are people in Edo State who have the ears of the governor and who uses the name of the governor to do a lot of havoc, and that have caused the governor very robust relationship with many people. And they come in between them, do all manners of things, and give the impression that it is the governor. I give you a classical example. Before the event that took place in Auchi, a day before that event, the deputy governor went to Oriomo, which is his own local government. Now, when he called people in Oriomo to wait for him, a commissioner, one of the commissioners, had gone to the people in Oriomo to say that the governor wanted to see them in Benin, and that they should not wait for the deputy governor. If the governor calls and the deputy governor calls, who should they obey? In any case, the governor was not even in Benin. The governor had traveled to Abuja, and we knew clearly that he was using the governor's name. So, such persons are working with the governor who are not helping the process. So, I cannot say that the governor is responsible. The governor cannot be responsible. God forbid that he should be responsible in this type of thing, because I cannot expect him to condescend to that level as to ask people, to go and do what they did that day. But there are a lot of people apparently close to him and working with him who feels that they can use the name of the governor to commit some of this havoc. And I think that is the basic thing.
Do you think now that, considering how long the deputy governor and the governor have worked together, do you think that the loyalty of the deputy governor is being called to question if he wants to run for office without the consent of, one who's been his boss for a while?
For all I know, the deputy governor has intimated the governor of his intention to run for office. And the governor has not told him not to run. And the governor has not also told him that he has another person, or he probably prefers some other person, and solicit his support to cooperate with him. So in the absence of that, the deputy governor has been given, the green light to continue to run for office, to run for the office. In the absence of the governor asking him not to do it, or the governor telling him he has a better person and seek his cooperation. So the truth of the matter is that the deputy governor has a right to aspire, and nobody has told him that he does not have a right and he cannot exercise such right. All what we are seeing is shadow boxing, that no one has been able to confidently come and say this is the reason they have and this is the reason they don't have. And that is why we are surprised that this is happening. I believe that the governor himself knows that the deputy governor continue to respect his office, continue to respect his person, and that nothing can ever make him, to aspire to go against what the governor may desire for the state at any point in time. In the administration of Edo State, the deputy governor has been 100% cooperative and loyal to the governor.
Honorable, if I may interrupt you there, Honorable, please, may I just come in there? You say that the deputy governor has told the governor, and that to the best of his knowledge, he's not said don't run. Are you also saying he said run? Did he say that?
Yes.
He gave that directive very clearly, or his consent very clearly. Are you affirming that?
If he has intimated him of his intention to run, and he now said yes, you can go ahead, it's as good as saying yes, no problem, you can run.
I'm just confirming.
But I was not in the meeting. I'm not in a position to say whether he said go and run or don't go and run. But what we are told is that the deputy governor has not been asked not to run for office, and in any case he has a constitutional right to run for office. And the governor is not a man that will tell you don't exercise your right. I have also worked with him politically. Honorable, he will not tell anybody not to run.
Honorable, pardon my question.
And he has not told anybody for that matter. Honorable, that I know.
Pardon my question. I'm simply, because you answered that. You said the governor has not told him not to run. I'm wondering whether the governor was silent and then he took that silence to mean consent. But as you rightly said,
I didn't say so. What I said is clear, and I don't think it bears too much repetition. That the deputy governor has informed his boss of his intention to run, and there is no impediment, and he has not been told that there is any impediment in case he's running.
Has the police authorities gotten across to either yourself or the campaign group or the deputy governor for perhaps to furnish them with information about what transpired?
Definitely, almost immediately, the campaign organization had furnished the police and statements have been taken from eyewitnesses of the events. Of course, I told you, security men themselves are involved. A policeman is involved in this matter, is a victim, an SS man is a victim. So you know what that means.
So at the moment, you say that the deputy governor is insistent upon vying to get the tickets of the party to fly the flag of the party for the elections.
He's not insistent. He's running for the office of governor on the platform of the party, and he's doing so very orderly and within the rules of engagement.
All right, Honorable Samson Osagie, Director of Strategy, Odubo Campaign Organization, thank you for talking to us today.